Hello friends, Tiger Coward here. Join us as we have an early ride up Whiteface Mountain, visit Lake Placid, and then head home. It was a brilliant day to ride a motorcycle. After crossing the Ausable Chasm for the last time, we had our third and final breakfast at the Pleasant Corner restaurant and then headed straight to Whiteface Mountain.
Canyon fever, trying to strike gold. Wonder if this horse will ever make it home. Canyon fever when the nights grow cold and the longer days crawl deep inside your bones. Keep your head up, there's plenty of eyes watching from the hills, just like us, ready and aim to kill. I drag these.
The ride to the mountain was fantastic and we basked in the sunshine while being dazzled by the colors of autumn. We arrived early in an attempt to beat the crowds. Unfortunately, we pulled in right behind the first tour bus of the day. Luckily, the friendly bus driver reached out his window and waved us on in front of him. Climbing the mountain on two wheels gave us some nice views on the big sweeping curves. At the end of the road, we parked and prepared to summit the mountain. I make it sound like we're going up Mount Everest. However, this is a tourist venue and there are stairs to the summit, or you can even take the elevator. That's right, an elevator in the mountain. Only in America, eh? It was cold and windy at the top, as you would expect at the summit of a mountain. So I decided to leave my full gear on, including my down jacket that I bought in Bay Como on last year's trip. The views from the top were absolutely fantastic. We worked up a bit of sweat when we were climbing the stairs, and I wish I hadn't worn my down jacket. After having a nice scenic visit at the top and taking the requisite photographs, we headed back down to the bikes. The ride down the mountain was much more spectacular than the ride up because you get much better views. From the village of Wilmington, which is at the bottom of Whiteface Mountain, we took the beautiful and scenic Highway 86 to Lake Placid.
Been hanging on to every lie ever been said to me. Well, these 7 sins are deadly. I drag these.
Lake Placid, the town, is one of my favorite places in the world. I've been here many times with my family in my childhood and teenage years, but I haven't been here for a long time. Fortunately, like the rest of the Adirondacks, it is just as beautiful as it was 40 years ago. We rode the length of the town and then turned and came back and parked our bikes at the public parking. The paid parking is cheap, and most importantly, as a middle-aged biker, there are public toilets in the parking lots. Then we strolled the charming main street before grabbing a cup of tea and a bagel, which we ate in a park overlooking the lake. Finally, it was time to go our separate ways. Spike had the shortest ride, being just a few hours from Montreal, and WT had the longest ride, heading back to Waterloo. I was halfway in between because I was heading north to Kentville to visit my amazing friends Al and Karen.
Seeing ghosts everywhere I turn, all the lessons I never learned. My regrets coming back to life, dragged from the shadows of my mind. Like
I left Lake Placid and rode through Saranac Lake again. I thought that it was pretty yesterday, but today, in the brilliant sunshine, it was even more spectacular. I continued on and rode through the Adirondacks on my way to Ogdensburg, New York to cross the bridge into Canada. Once again, Garmin let me down as it did not recognize this port of entry. For some reason, my Garmin Zumu XT always wants to route me through Montreal on the way back from the northeastern United States. This was no big problem. I just picked Ogdensburg on the map and then toured country roads all the way there.
Like seeing ghosts, like seeing ghosts. It's the wrong turns that lead me down this misery road. Reveries drift across my bed. This purgatory feels like the end. My mistakes, fragile like my dreams, vivid and haunting without reprieve. Like seeing ghosts, like seeing ghosts. It's the good times that haunt me the most. Like seeing ghosts, like seeing ghosts. It's the wrong turns that lead me down this misery road. Like seeing ghosts, like seeing ghosts, like seeing ghosts.
I wasn't getting directions to the bridge, but Ogdensburg is not so big, and I could see the bridge as I got off the highway. A little bit of jogging around in this cute little town got me to the entrance for the International Bridge. This bridge has a metal grate deck and was terrifying to ride on. Nevertheless, the crossing was brilliant because there wasn't a single vehicle ahead of me. I passed through the border in less than 90 seconds.
Desperado, sitting in an old Monte Carlo. A man whose heart is hollow, take it easy. I'm not trying to go against you.
Then I jetted up Highway 416 to Kentville. As luck would have it, Al was pulling off the highway right in front of me. He gave me a wave and then led me on the 5-minute jaunt to his house. Meeting Al like this was just another sign of how perfect this trip was. Tomorrow, I'll head west on the Monk Road across south central Ontario towards my final destination in the South Georgian Bay Area. I love you all. Good night from Kentville, Ontario. Go forth with an open mind and most importantly an open heart. And remember, self-care is not selfish.
Desperado, sitting in an old Monte Carlo. We both had our hearts broke on, take it easy. I'm not trying to go against you. I can be a lone wolf with you. Gotta get up out of here and you ain't